The sky was burning. The clouds red with twisted fire. Lightning moving across them. And they descended upon everything. Like a furious battle between God and Satan, good and evil. Like a fire vortex.
Wait, I'm going first. Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. SGL is back. We got more Consolation action to you coming to you tonight and a little bit later on. I know it's 9 p.m. We're close to 9 p.m. out for you Easterners, but for those West Coasters, it is just the beginning of the evening. Speaking of West Coasters, I've got one joining me. I'm Debit, but there's a notable ride dog next to me. How you doing, sir?
Oh, it's so good to be here, Debit. I'm so glad to be in the booth with you, accounting brother. Yeah, we've got a West Coast, Pacific Northwest, Cascadia, EC derby today, so it's gonna be super stoked. We'll talk about this a little bit later with the table, how it doesn't super mean a whole bunch as far as the table's concerned, but the bragging rights for this game is huge.
Yep, the bragging rights are essentially all on the line. We've noticed a lot between this, rivalry that EC Blue has tended to be the team that has come up on top, but not gonna put down Defiance over here. They've actually been racking up some pretty important wins, critically against Los Verdes, taking a series out of them, and also, they did end up taking a game against KC Cauldron as well. So I'm pleasantly surprised to see what we got out of these two EC sides that are just looking to, finish the Consolation bracket off right.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you mentioned it a little bit before, Debit, about the EC Defiance and how good they've looked as of late. I think we say this over the course of every season now, at least the 2 seasons that I've been a part of. It's just how much better they've gotten. And truthfully speaking, if you take the first ever game 2 seasons ago, right, that I've been a part of, that EC Defiance team, and you play them against an EC Defiance team that's going to be playing tonight, I think this EC Defiance team tonight sweeps them. It's not close. It might even be a perfect sweep if those two theoretical teams played. So super stoked with how they're looking, and of course EC Blue also looking really good with Christmas. I think we'll talk about him a whole bunch over the course of the stream. He's looked really good for them, and kind of one of their key playmakers.
Yeah, absolute key playmaker, but I'm gonna say this just because of recency bias. I was casually flip reset on yesterday by this lad in our series, and it still hasn't left my mind. It was already reminded me, just in chat right now, my co-admin and Dallas friend is telling me I got destroyed. Smashly is telling to play the clip. Yeah, I'll get shit on, but Christmas, you got the goal scoring, you got the playmaking. Now let's just get it up to your teammates, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be supplying those rebound goals for you going forward. I'd like to see a little bit of touch up on that defense, but EC Blue, oh good heavens, that offense is something to desire.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we can bring up the clip, I don't know if we have time before the stream, but maybe after, if we have some time, we'll let Maz do his thing behind the scenes, and if we have time before, we can, but if not, we can do it after too. Smashly also put it in the chat, crazy play, highlight, shout out Christmas there. But Debit, I know we've talked a lot about him, but and maybe this kind of leads it perfectly into this question about the keys for tonight. What's key for EC Blue to get this win, and what's key for Defiance for getting their win?
Keys for the Blue. I'm going to look specifically to the Huskies, one of the top goal scorers of this team. You mentioned before Christmas of playmaking. I'd love to see that 1-2 combo. I'm gonna need Huskies to get that ball in the back of the net, be that offensive juggernaut, that pinpoint accuracy that we got used to seeing so well. And then additionally, slight key, a little bit off key, challenges in the midfield by Mr. Funk. I'd love to see them keep the pressure on. They have a lot of quality and talent out there. Just keep it going for there. And for EC Defiance, I don't know who's all going to be in for this evening, but I would really love to see the effect that Parks might have on this matchup. I think there is one of the most mechanical players I've seen. If you were watching the stream like just before we started talking and making things worse, Parks had a clip shown of that double tap. They ended up dunking on the team they scored on over there. So I'm gonna look toward Parks. Hopefully they're in tonight. I don't know if you're feeling the same way. Chat, let me know how you're feeling. Brydog, let me know how you're feeling about these keys so far and what you got looking forward to this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. And before I even say those things, we got a prediction rolling, so get your predictions in chat. EC Blue or EC Defiance, who do you guys have? But Devitt, I'm gonna completely agree on the EC Blue side. Christmas is only Christmas without his support or with his supporting cast, and so I'm really looking between Funk and Huskies to really step up and allow Christmas to do his thing, right? Because Christmas can't go up for those flip resets or anything like that if he's constantly not having boost or constantly having to just keep rushing back to defend the net, right? And so I think that'll be super important for Funk and Huskies to get their games going, to allow the freedom that Christmas has to do those flippy spinnies, as we say. And yeah, Defiance, I'm gonna agree with you there too. I think Parks, yeah, he's looked the best as far as I'm just kind of looking at over the numbers here. For all of the players that we would potentially see in this lobby, Parks leading ECD in points per game. He's got 10 goals over the course of this tournament. And then also on the defensive side of the ball as well, I'm looking at Bird Nana, one of my favorite players of all time. Not biased at all, but he's got 16 saves for this EC Defiance team, so he is going to need to step up for sure on the defensive end. And then, of course, like I said, Parks, if he can step in on the offensive end, I think they'll be in good shape.
Yep, I'd absolutely have to agree with you. And maybe we're just high on the Christmas energy. We're getting toward that time of the year. You think Christmas just levels up more whenever we get closer to Christmas? Like,
he might.
I really am wondering if we just saw enough of this EC Blue team, did we rob them of seeing Christmas closer to Christmas playing an absolute baller game in grand finals? We may never know, because I think we may be just about ready to kick off. Who knows?
Well, I mean, it's got to be like a home field advantage, right, or home season advantage or something, right? If it's like Christmas time, then you would think that he would pop off more. And I mean, he absolutely has gone definitely crazy over the course of the season. I actually think he's improved so much over the course of the season. And of course, if you remember, Devitt, we had a transfer up from EC Blue in Gojo to ECRC, and so Christmas has had to step in and kind of fill that gap in a way. And so obviously nobody can replace Gojo. I think I'm just gonna say that right now, but Christmas has done a really good job of getting as close as he possibly can to replacing Gojo on this team. And over the course of the season, he's improved so much to where it's such a like for like style wise. And it's really fun to see that and to see him pop off over the course of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to, we love seeing the pipeline going from the blue up to potentially ECRC. I mean, they're just a development squad now. I mean, I don't know what that's like being a fan of a Pittsburgh baseball team, but the development pipeline is real. These players are just getting in all the rounds against all their teammates, constantly grinding, including this Defiance team that, I mean, if you want to call them Defiance the way they all play together, but, that's what they love to do. They just love to keep playing together as a squad, getting better as a squad, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this EC Defiance squad keeps on going. So chat, if you haven't already, I guess the bets are already over. So I hope you got the bet in of what you wanted to see, because we are ready to kick off over here between EC Blue and EC Defiance. Here we go.
Yeah, like we mentioned, this is mainly just for bragging rights. I think for this Consolation tournament, we do have our top 2 seeded teams, but of course, as these 2 teams are from the same supporters group, like I said, it's going to be a lot of bragging rights of maybe who's the better team, who's the better supporters group, as we see Birdnana getting on the physical side early. And actually, it's funny, Devin, we haven't really talked about the physical side from both these teams. I think maybe we haven't seen it a whole bunch, and maybe you can speak to the EC Blue side of things since you just played them. But yeah, I wonder how that's gonna kind of come into effect a little bit.
Oh, maybe have to wait just a slight bit. Christmas, as we mentioned, getting closer to that famed day, getting the nice hit off the ceiling. Knows always knows, not able to clear the line. Christmas gets on, ground pinch, goal to start here for EC Blue. I know you had just previously asked me a question on that. Yes, I have played both these 2 teams recently. I want to speak to the physical side first of EC Defiance. I was never mind, we can't talk anymore. Goals are flying in all over the place, because now it's Parks.
Well, it's the 2 offensive prowesses that we talked about pre-game, Devin. It's going to be Christmas on the EC Blue side, and it's Parks here for EC Defiance. So the offense is rolling, and I think that's definitely one Christmas is going to want to have back, and especially even for that first goal, too, for EC Blue. Looking a little bit like TA yesterday against Black Army, just really panicking there on the goal line, and that's definitely something you don't want to do.
Yeah, both these teams having some like mildly panicky touches out the get-go, but it doesn't stop their game plan, as Christmas is already setting up another opportunity here for Huskies, that 1-2 combo we had mentioned early on in the broadcast. Gonna go briefly back. EC Defiance, what made them look so good here in this Consolation tourney is the fact that they've built up that physical play now. They were getting a ton of demos on Steel Army. I was looking briefly at their performance against KC Cauldron. They were just sort of like making them uncomfortable. They have to keep the pressure up, causing these little bumps down low. They're attacking a lot more than they used to, which is a great sign of improvement over here. As we see, this is an opportunity for EC Blue. The net is open, and you just can't leave it to Christmas with that much open space.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be Parks. Just a bit of a mistouch there. I think he had the right idea of just winning that challenge in the midfield, but ultimately the ball ended up going straight up and a little bit backwards, and Christmas says, thank you very much. I will put that into the open net, and EC Blue taking the lead here. Still not halfway through game 1, still got plenty of time, but it's still been very cagey affairs. Christmas, can he get his hat trick? No, it's going to be Nose who saves it away.
Yeah, good save off the line. I was fairly convinced that one was going to be tough to get to here for the last defender of EC Defiance, but they clear the lines for now. They're starting an attack. That's a pass off the back wall. We're just trading goals back and forth. Birdnana gets on the board.
Oh, I love this type of game, Devin. The back and forth, the you get a left hook, I get a right hook in, and especially just obviously the story that we've talked about with being both part of the Seattle Sounders organization and stuff like that. Like it's just, I love to see these types of games.
Yep, I don't want to say no defense, but it's just like these offensive attacks, they're just starting to be a bit too much for these defensive lines. You see these attacks, they just go 150 over another. Funk is already looking to make his name on the score sheet here for EC Blue. Maybe nothing going immediately, but man, I just gotta look forward to see who's gonna score the next goal at this point. Are we gonna keep up the trend of EC Blue getting the first one, or are Defiance gonna break that streak?
Yeah, absolutely. This ball's just kind of hanging out in the blue half for now, and it's going to be Birdnana getting that physical play going. It is going to be Defiance. It's Nose always knows with the top cheddar shot.
He always knows where to place that ball, because after that Birdnana demo, it was free real estate, but Nose always knows. Good heavens, what a placement here from the striker. Defiance break away from the habit and take the lead here in game number 1. What an outstanding play.
Yeah, and Toad Death putting in the chat, this defending is unsounders-like, but it's very Timbers Army-like, so I don't know if they're watching our gameplay. I hope they're not, because yeah, the defense is not great. But I want to go back to a point that you mentioned earlier, Debit, about EC Defiance, just in the way they've improved of making teams uncomfortable. And I think I just remembered back to when we played them in the regular season, of like how uncomfortable we were. And I think that, going in, we're maybe feeling really confident, like, hey, like we're gonna, maybe 3-0 sweep this and that sort of thing. But they just made life uncomfortable. And as I say that, it's actually going to be them who's uncomfortable, as EC Blue get one back from Mr. Funk this time.
Yep, absolutely. We got two teammates colliding over here. Christmas looking for the bang, but Funk's going, nope, it is my turn to get in on the action. I want a goal on the board. Delivers very finely after that opportunity from Huskies. Nearly getting the double tap, but nothing going there for EC Blue. But yeah, I have to agree on just like so much of the stuff that, this EC Defiance team, I guess whenever potentially put under the right incentives, they could be at a better advantage, should you say. I don't know if anybody's been reading chat, but Smashley's message about delivering pizza might have a little bit to do about that.
I mean, I would too if I was a little closer. So I don't know. There's a lot I would do for pizza as well. As Huskies is going to get another shot, it's going to be turned away by Bird Nana, who's our defensive shout out for EC Blue. But as we say that, Parks is going to get a huge clear down the field. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too high. There's not going to be a Defiance player there to turn it in, but this ball is still hanging out in the blue half with under a minute to go, and that bodes well for them.
Yeah, bodes well here. Funk looking for an opportunity. Oh, just barely grazes the crossbar over there. Good breakout opportunity. Blue are looking, keep the attack going. Christmas, unfortunately, pays for the crime of playing the game. Ends up getting demoed as a result, but the field is wide open. Christmas has a shot on target. Both teams are trading blows back and forth right now. Feels like it's going to be a matter of who's going to get that random transition goal right now for either side.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to highlight too, you said this before, Debit, about the midfield challenges coming out for Defiance. They've been really, really good in this game one, as Nose is going to play this away, as we could possibly enter. Yes, we will enter overtime in game one, but yeah, their midfield challenges have been so good. And I feel like if they keep improving that as a team, they're going to be a team to fear.
Hey, it's already a good midfield challenge. Kickoff is one of the easiest places to start over here. Husky's a little awkward right now. Forces Funk to make a touch over here. Defiance still have a little bit of command over here. They're stuck in the corner. EC Blue does well to clear their lines for now. Not getting by Funk over there, but that challenge by Christmas is going to give a lot of breathing room here for EC Blue. Christmas might have a shot, gets a bouncer, and it goes top corner. EC Blue take game one.
Yeah, I'm going to say they stole game one. There's going to be a team bump in net there between Parks and Bird Nana, and just a little bit awkward. And Parks tried to pre-jump the high hit that was inevitably coming from Christmas, but Christmas, being the smart player that he is, just goes straight underneath the challenge and then right over Bird Nana. And so EC Blue do take game one. Like I said, I think they steal game one. I think EC Defiance really just maybe had the better attacks. I mean, we're looking at the scoreboard right now and just seeing that EC Blue maybe had more shots, and I wouldn't say there were more opportunities per se, but maybe EC Defiance just had better opportunities with their fewer shots. So, but nonetheless, we are going to see a sub come out for Defiance. It's going to be Nose coming out, and I don't know who's coming in. Is that going to be Green Mario maybe coming in for them?
I would think Green Mario at this point. We've seen Green Mario make more appearances this time around. We haven't seen Dervis as much this season. And yeah, it will be Green Mario. Famously not named Luigi, by the way. I know that name's in the headlines a lot these days, but no, that's not the name we're looking for. It's Green Mario.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I was doing some Discord stalking, and yeah, it looks like all four of them are in there. And I think that's what's nice about the EC Defiance roster. And like I said, I do some Discord snooping here and there, and I see them playing all the time, but like the different iterations of them. It's not just the same three people who are playing, day in and day out. It is, a combination between the four of them. Obviously building up that chemistry, building up that camaraderie, and I think that's really helped them propel to where they're at now. Maybe not on the results wise and table wise, but generally just general gameplay just looks a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, I'd absolutely agree. I actually took a quick peek at Bird Nana's kickoff just to see, what teams are doing. I think I saw EC Blue, one player just go straight to the ball, no flipping whatsoever. Birdnana does a wave dash kickoff. That's something that I've recently learned just out of this one interaction, going on player view. And I think that's mighty impressive for this team because I did not expect to see wave dash kickoffs. Might actually end up working. They're getting an offensive opportunity. That's a good clear out by Christmas to keep the danger away.
Yeah, I feel like the wave dash kickoff, you don't see very much anymore. Very few people do it, as Mr. Funk is going to get a beautiful shot, but it's Green Mario, the new sub coming in for ECD, making his name known. Of course, getting another clear as well, so welcome to the series, Mr. Green Mario. So unfortunately, he's not going to get that touch, but that clear from, I think it was Parks that ended up getting the hit, is going to play it by everybody and reset for ECD.
Yeah, it's a good reset right now. Ends up leaving the play, going for the rotation. Maybe Green Mario can step back in. Nope, ends up to take the rotation, which is fine. But Christmas, dangling all over the team, gets the pinch, looking for an opportunity. Doesn't get the pass across. Can't get it to Funk. A golden opportunity here for EC Blue, gone the wayside for now. Maybe they can get a shot opportunity back. It's heading, floating toward the goal. What a save by Green Mario. Oh, and the shot's off the line. And that's another save by Birdnana. They stay alive.
Yeah, I'm getting a little worried for them just because they're panicking just a little bit. And those double commits are going to come back to haunt you if you don't treat them properly and reset properly and get the boost and all that sort of stuff. As we see a double commit coming from the EC Blue side as Green Mario's going to pinch this away. And, is that going to be on target from Funk? It is. It's just going to be an awkward 50-50 ball in the midfield, kind of against the run of play. I don't know who that came off of. Was that Green Mario? I think, yeah, Funk off of Green Mario, and it's going to be 1-0 for EC Blue.
Yeah, used him as the T. Getting all the speed back. Third man could never get back there in time. Birdnana shaking the head going, how the heck am I supposed to save that kind of thing? EC Blue take the lead, and they get another shot opportunity quick. Parks can't deal with that particularly well. Huskies nearly has a double or a rebound over there. Doesn't get the job now, but it does give EC Defiance an opportunity to attack. You get a dunk over here. Maybe Green Mario looking for a touch. Christmas ends up banging off the sidewall, but still back and forth. Nothing set in stone yet for either team.
Yeah, EC Blue, at least maybe early in this game too, have looked a lot better on the offensive side of the ball, but definitely just keeping more pressure. I think we've of course this ball is in the blue half now as I'm talking, but the ball has mainly stayed in the orange half as we see Christmas there 1-on-0. He gets a flip reset but can't put it on target at the end of the day. But the pressure from EC Blue has just been a lot better, and we haven't seen that many EC Defiance chances, so hopefully they can kind of make some adjustments, hopefully with 2 minutes left in this one, to get some more offensive pressure.
Yeah, I think they're just a little positionally off right now. They've done a lot of good things in the midfield, going for these challenges. The balls back haven't been that, they have more to be desired, though. Some of these saves are getting poked out into some quite dangerous areas, giving EC Blue a lot of time to basically just reset for another shot. Yeah, Christmas is able to turn easily. Huskies has opportunities on net. But as long as they try to keep this control over here, maybe they can get a bang out to a teammate. Unfortunately, no teammate over there besides Birdnana. Maybe can keep the pressure going, but just need to see a little more of these defensive touches here for ECD.
Yeah, really in both teams, the rotations have been really smooth, and that's why, of course, we had a little bit of a shootout in game one, and both teams just, tightening up their rotations in game two and just not allowing that many chances. Of course, and the one goal that EC Blue did have was that just weird pinch, right, that came off of Green Mario. So, like I said, nothing really, from the run of play or just kind of like set up properly as we see Birdnana maybe getting a shot on target. It's going to be poked away by Christmas, but with 1 minute left, are we going to see that one float in from Birdnana? We are. I'm not really sure how he got back to this ball and the angle that he had. Wow, what a tight angle. He got his car around and flipped properly. Totally took Huskies off guard.
Yeah, I thought Christmas did enough to deflect this ball away to at least the backboard for now, but oh gosh, that's just placement there from Birdnana. The tie game with a minute left. Things are getting really interesting here in this final minute. Christmas going for the double. Nothing going right now, but ECD's got a little bit of a swag going right now. They're pushing a bit higher. I mean, you have players flying back as soon as they give up the ball, but they're ready to attack. And EC Blue, they got to play a little sharper this last minute right now.
Absolutely, and if I'm ECD, I do not want Christmas, space, and boost So that is going to be something to look at as things move forward. Funk's going to play this in, but Parks is there. It's 20 seconds left. He's going to follow this up. It's going to be a weird 50 that goes all the way to the other side as we kind of stall out in the midfield. But, you know, if Christmas up, I was going to talk about overtime, but I don't want to do that just yet. Maybe as we see maybe some more pressure coming out from EC Defiance. That's going to be a really awkward balance. It's going to be cleared out by Birdman. Is that one going to drop for a second overtime? Going to be popped over by Funk. Christmas, this is going to kill. We have a second overtime, Devitt. I don't know which way this is going to go. This might go both ways.
Yeah, I can't quite tell because both teams' opportunities have been, you know, overall solid. Like, EC Blue have kept the pressure up. They've had the good shots. ECD have gotten the saves back. As I say this, Huskies gets one. Christmas gets bumped out of the way on a rebound opportunity. EC Blue's first chance doesn't go their way. But yeah, you mentioned, like, these chances just, they aren't super solid right now. Both these teams are kind of giving up the space necessary for these opportunities to, you know, start to bear fruit in the first place. So we just need one of these to get a little bit out of the way of one of these players, and then maybe we'll see that goal. But nearly a minute in, we still stand level. Ferdinand's able to get it clear. Huskies gets it right back. EC Blue looking to start another attack. Green Mario plays it off to the side, but it's still not quite out of the way of EC Blue. They still have opportunities to attack.
Absolutely. Parks is going to play this one. Funk doesn't have any boots. Is that going to go in? No, it's going to go off the post and out. That's a key chance. And honestly, I don't think Parks meant to shoot that, but he ended up trying to put it on target anyway. And unfortunately, it's going to be cleared away. As Parks is going to go up again, it's going to be saved by Funk. So maybe EC Defiance have just kind of leveled up here in this overtime. Starting out strong, but of course, you do need a goal to take this game.
Oh my gosh, the chances have now leveled up here for ECD. I thought that second opportunity there from Parks going for that aerial was going to work out for them. Doesn't work here. Christmas misplaces his car, doesn't get the proper touch. That's an excellent 50 by Parks. It's back to the middle. Potential shot opportunity, but Christmas can just watch that one roll right to his car over here. ECD not in the best spot for a shot. EC Blue end up clearing it right back. Green Mario has a shot, but again, just not enough placement here for these EC squads. They just need that one shot that would just, you know, just slip by the defense right now. Again, 2 minutes in, we're just waiting for that one special opportunity.
Absolutely. So we see a third man Dama coming out from Birdman, but Parks didn't have the boost to get around it. It's going to be cleared right to Green Mario. Can Christmas get back to this thing? Does! Birdman with the angle. What a save from Huskies. What an opportunity from EC Defiance, and Blue matches that with their defensive prowess, and we stay level.
How did that not go in? Like, who came out at the last second to pop that one out? I thought for sure that was the winner there for ECD. But we're half another game in right now. EC Blue, now it's their turn to go back. They get another clear over here. ECD, Green Mario, has a pass opportunity, easily clear out by Huskies. Birdnana playing it awkwardly against ECB's defense over here. Again, slam in the corner. Maybe something will go. This ECB team defense, it is an absolute stalwart right now. Christmas maybe have the double opportunity. Clears it! Christmas! Game 2 winner off that double.
He is so good, man. He is so good. What a double from Christmas. And I'm going to say it again, Devitt. EC Blue steal game 2. That was EC Defiance's to win. And I was going to say, if I had an opportunity to say it in the rest of that overtime, that this is 100% a momentum shift game. If you're EC Blue, you are so stoked that you won that game, because that could have gone either way. And unfortunately, on the other side for Defiance, that could be a momentum killer. You had all of the pressure during that overtime. You had multiple chances. Of course, credit to the EC Blue defense for keeping those shots out. But wow, what a game 2. Got me out of my chair. I am out of my chair. I'm walking around my place right now from that overtime. That was insane.
I would say they got me hands in my head right now. I literally could not believe what I'm seeing. I think I thought about this series like as soon as it went in. I'm just going, man, why can't this be a 7-game series right now? That's the only thing I'm disappointed in right now. I am so just, you know, flabbergasted by both of these teams, like the way they're playing right now. I don't know what's going to happen at this point. Like, this is entertainment.
Yeah, this is cinema. Absolute cinema. Luis, send the meme in the Discord. Absolute cinema. as we see another sub coming out for EC Defiance. But like I mentioned, this is a momentum game, so I wonder how EC Defiance are going to start this game. I think that's going to be kind of the keys going into this game 3, right? And as we see who's coming back in, I think it's Nose coming back in for Green Mario's in. So it's going to be Bird, Green Mario, and Nose for EC Defiance, and Parks takes a seat, which I still have my stats on my screen, Debit. They need some offense. I don't know if that's the right play, considering, you know, Parks is their leading goal scorer, but of course we'll see how it plays out.
I've sort of always seen, you know, ECD is, you know, like going against like these momentum shifts. They're just sort of like rotating players in and out for the heck of it. They got a lot of talent all over that squad. Green Mario able to clear that line for now. But this EC Defiant squad, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up pulling out a game out of this, because they literally don't even care about the narrative whatsoever. Doesn't matter that Christmas scored an empty net. They're still going to play you out the entire way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm interested to see what happened here. Oh, Nose was coming to it, and Bird ended up turning. So Christmas says thank you very much to take the lead for EC Blue. But and this is key, right? I said it between games, but can EC Defiance rally from this, right? Of course, they probably talked about some things, you know, in between games. But can they not let that get to them, right? Of course, because you talk about this grand plan, like, hey, this is the things that we need to improve going into, you know, the next game. And then you get a goal score on you, and sometimes it causes you to kind of just, crap, do we just need to rethink things again now that we're down? But I'm hoping that they can kind of rebound here a little bit, as this ball now is hanging out on the blue half, as Birdman loving to get some of those demos in the backfield. That might be the way back into this series.
Yep, physical play is something that they executed real well in that game 3 against Steel Army. So I really want to see how they can pull this kind of thing out, because right now they're getting a little bit shaky on the defense right now, nearly getting scored on by Christmas again. These long clears are helping, but they're going to need to take out some of these players out of the rotation. Mr. Funk, you don't want to demo him. He's got 0 boost, so you can use him as an asset over here. But they got to make ECB's defense a little bit more uncomfortable. They're able to clear their lines and just start the attack right again. I know they can start their attack again with you know, the chances that they can build up out of the defensive transition. But, you know, clean rotations, sometimes you got to break them a little bit. I'm going to have to agree with you on that. As they get the opportunity here, they break back in Ferdinand from those.
Yeah, Christmas was just in a super awkward spot in the midfield, and it allowed Nose to just continue the ball down the left-hand wall, and ended up getting a 50 on the last EC Blue defender. And Bird says, "Hey, thank you very much. We're back in this game, and hopefully they can keep this offense going and be back in this series."
Yep, we're gonna keep the entertainment going over here. Funk electing not to go for that one. He goes for the rebound, gets a little bit of help from EC Defiance. But ECD cleared their lines for now. Oh, that's a tragic whiff by Christmas. Green Mario gets EC Defiance the lead.
What a save from Green Mario, and then he uses his Lamborghini, that acceleration, to get up the field and tap it in after a misplay from Christmas. And yeah, EC Defiance take the lead. Of course, we still got plenty of time in this game 3, but this is boding well for them.
Boding real well. Mr. Funk, oh my gosh, even after getting a shot on target, they nearly pinched for another goal over here, able to clear their lines for now. But they're getting these shot opportunities back. Now it's Blue that's ended up getting these long clears down. Maybe the tide is shifting here for this Defiance squad.
Yeah, absolutely. Although I have noticed that Defiance do look a little shaky when they're out of boost. As we see Christmas up, can he get this down? He can. The lead does not last long for EC Defiance, and unfortunately, you do not want Christmas up in the air with boost with time.
Nope, you put a ball up in the air in the offensive half, Christmas will go for that every day of the week. Nearly always slams it home. It's just not much you can do about that one, so say goodbye to that brief lead. EC Defiance nearly getting another. It's not quite clear out yet. They have opportunity. They strike again. They get it right back.
I know Birdman is not going to get an assist for this, because I think these guys pinched it here, Nose and Green Mario. They did. But that was all Bird. It all started from the kickoff, right? He grabs that mid boost and actually slows down, which just sends the EC Blue defender just going absolutely crazy with the little fake there, and the flick over the second defender allows the rest of the EC Defiance team to get in there. And so yeah, the tie didn't last long for EC Blue and EC Defiance, and they retake the lead.
Yeah, we have no narratives building whatsoever, inside the games whatsoever. These teams are just ready to go ham back and forth at it, trying to just take control however long they can over here. Christmas trying to set up the team. Huskies gets really high up in the air for that one, forcing a save out of Knows Always Knows. And it's another opportunity. Christmas off the backboard. Huskies isn't ready for it. Green Mario gets the clear. Maybe Birdana has an opportunity for a shot. Gets the turn, but doesn't get the second touch as Huskies makes it awkward here for Green Mario. Knows has a shot. It beats Christmas trying to get back on defense, and Defiance have a 2-goal lead now.
Yeah, a little insurance here. Knows just send into the net. Christmas, was turning around and just didn't get back in time. I think he saves that maybe if he has, a tenth of a second, a quarter of a second. But just the power on the shot from Nose there is going to beat him, as here comes Defiance again. It's going to be Nose with no boost off the kickoff. And unfortunately, it's going to be, I'm not sure who got the save in the end from EC Blue, but it's going to be an epic save at the end of the day. And EC Blue just kind of holding on here as we see Birdana getting another shot, and Christmas turns it aside. And I don't know what's going on with EC Defiance, but they are filled with confidence.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just shot out of a cannon right now. You're like just off the kickoff. They're just going, yep, balls to the wall. Don't got to worry about a thing. We're just going to start playing our game. Doesn't matter what they do on offense. We're just going to go around. Doesn't matter that Funk's trying to demo the crap out of Knows Always Knows right now, because Knows is putting up an absolute all-star performance, getting at least 2 goals and 4 saves here through this game number 3, carrying this EC Defiance squad to that potential victory that they need to get back into the series.
Absolutely, and we've got just over 30 seconds left as, once again, this ball is just hanging out in the blue half. Huskies, if they're going to want to get back in this game, they need to go now, as Christmas is going to help things along here. But once again, I'm going to highlight it again. These midfield challenges from EC Defiance have been really, really good, but this is a really awkward situation. Oh, Funk takes that away from Christmas. I think that would have been their way back into the game, unless Huskies can say something about it, but I think that's going to go out. Yes, Nose was a really good save for the side. He came out of nowhere, but I think with that clear, that is going to do it. Birdana is going to put a nail in the coffin for Game 3, and we will see a Game 4.
We will absolutely see a Game 4. EC Defiance believers rise, because you know what? Defiance just outscored EC Blue on a scale. I think they have the goal differential now, just based off this one game alone. They're showing that, doesn't matter what squad we got going right now. We're a competitive team. We're having fun out here. That's their vibe, and they're going to keep rolling with it.
I think, Debit, that's just the way they've been this whole season. And like I said, I do some Discord snooping and see them playing all the time. It doesn't matter if there's they're practicing for a match or whatever. Like, they are always on the game. They are always playing with each other, and it's awesome to see, of course, as a neutral, but of course as someone who's met them and has talked with them, and just they're obviously lovely people, and just to have that connection, right, to jump on the game, right, and play with your buddies, and obviously you're in this league to compete and ultimately have fun too. But yeah, it's just really good to see, and I think over the course of this series, I think they absolutely should have won. Was that Game 2? Game 1, 2, they could have even stolen a little bit, as that game was kind of going back and forth too. But it's nice to see them get this game win, absolutely deserved, and it's not going to be easy coming back for EC Blue.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's the game where you're just looking, going, all right, we got away with those first 2 games. That last game, that felt like EC Defiance luck was finally like, we got the upper hand this time. Our dark magic is a bit better right now. We can cause these whiffs out in the midfield here from EC Blue. That chemistry really coming into place as EC Defiance is making more substitutions as we keep going on. Parks is coming back into the game here for Birdana. I know we had mentioned that they needed offense that Game 3. They got that offense in Game 3. Can they carry it even with this substitution going into Game 4?
Yeah, we'll see. as this ball is going to stall out on kickoff, but it's actually going to be won by EC Defiance, and here we go again. And I think for EC Blue, of course, you've got to kind of wipe that game out of existence, but you just kind of work together a little bit more. It seemed like in that game 3 they were just playing more as individuals and not as a team. And so we'll see. Oh, unfortunately, that's going to be a big whiff coming out from Green Mario, but it's going to be Nose who comes back and cleans up. Parks is going to try and take this away, but a little bit of chaos here on the Defiance side for game 4. And who ended up coming out? Was it Bird Nana coming out as a sub? So we'll see, yeah, how these three, this new iteration for their series, how they do.
Yeah, I'm really fascinated because Bird Nana has always fascinated me this season. You know, being that, I guess, aggressive catalyst, that bumper aficionado here for ECD, driving the plays here for this team. But I think the way they've just been playing together this entire season, I feel like you can just kind of sub one in and out at the same time. It doesn't really matter because these teams are kind of letting these opportunities fly sky high right now as we see a ball just get stalled out in the midfield. Watching that point just sort of go by the wayside as well, as we see Nose Always Knows look for an opportunity. Christmas looking for the air dribble. As always, maybe has some space in the middle. Ends up leading to a back and forth here with EC Blue and ECD. As we're just looking for the red seat apart a little bit as we finally get it. Mr. Funk ensuring that Green Mario can't get back, and EC Blue take the lead.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the other defenders were really. We're missing a player on the field. I think Parks did ultimately a really good job of collecting that ball in the corner and playing it up the wall, and ultimately it was a good challenge from the EC Blue side. And yeah, that demo coming in from Funk just kind of sealing the deal there a little bit and ensuring the goal. And so it's a big goal for EC Blue. Of course, you kind of wipe that game out of existence a little bit, that game 3, and it's good to see them start on the right foot this game.
Yep, that's just what they need, is sort of like gravitate back. You know, just we gave our friends the one game, but that's all they're gonna get. But they're gonna have to earn that one, as Nose flies high for that one, gets the double off of there after getting that first flip, and ECD are right back in this.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually too, I'm looking at Nose too to step up. Of course, I think Bird Nana just being more that spiritual leader, you know, of course on the bench for this game. You mentioned earlier about the demos and the physical play. I think that EC Defiance really take that to heart, and so who's gonna step up right in Bird Nana's absence? And I think it's got to be Nose. Absolutely, as we see Parks here. Can he get it over Huskies? That's a good read from Huskies at the end of the day. But yeah, it's got to be Nose, right? And of course, Nose gets the first goal for EC Defiance off of a pass to himself, and yeah, we're level.
Yep, we're gonna be looking to Nose, you know, to keep the pace of play going. Like, we saw how outstanding of a game they had there in game number 3, racking up over 900 points in that game off of so much offense, especially defense here for EC Defiance, as they keep just hammering on the shots right now, trying to get EC Blue out of their comfort zone. Maybe Green Mario has a shot. Christmas with the clear, though. Able to clear the lines for now. Back to a bit of midfield action over here. Both teams looking for that shot to put on. It's put really well here from Parks, but it goes off the crossbar and just out.
Was that a double crossbar? It might have been. Unbelievable, and that's unfortunately gonna lead to a goal on the EC Blue side. It's Funk again, going for a demo on the last man. Knows probably not the touch he wants, gives it right over to Christmas, and Christmas says thank you very much. Man, this game is decided by inches, man. It's so close between these two teams, and do we see maybe a repeat of games 1 and 3 where it's a little bit back and forth?
I'm seeing the gameplay for this right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna see, you know, an equalizer come out within the next minute right now, because both these squads, as much as I've loved some of their saves they got over here, kind of been unreal at times. I'm more just fascinated by the offensive performances that these teams put on. I know EC Blue has been, you know, the one resulting way heavier and way better out of the physical play so far, getting 2 demos, critical demos on the way to goals that they have over here. But EC Defiance still aren't giving up these opportunities over here, forcing EC Blue into these awkward spots, but now they themselves have just got themselves into that spot. Still keeping the attack going, so maybe something will work out, but right now it's just a bit hectic out there.
And I don't know who that favors more. I think that favors Defiance a little bit. I think they just thrive in the chaos, but I think you look to EC Blue to kind of settle things down as we see Christmas going for an insane shot. It's not going to work out in the end, but yeah, under a minute left, 45 seconds left. EC Defiance got to go now, and I really did want to praise their boost grabbing. Oh, his nose almost gets a double tap there to level the score, but I think the boost has been really good for EC Defiance, and that's allowed them to keep this pressure on this half. His nose, we see putting this ball back against the backboard, but yeah, EC Blue's defense right now is looking really, really strong and clearing any chances that EC Defiance might have.
Yeah, they're able to get at least a little bit of boost for now, causing Defiance maybe to hesitate a bit on some of these attacks that we got over here. Because Blue are still able to clear their lines for now. They're still sending the long balls, and Defiance just aren't quick enough right now. Their series life is on the line over here. Maybe a last-ditch opportunity. Two players whiff, but Huskies gets to clear out. All that needs to happen is Funk put the ball down. Defiance might just do it for them. That one gets no other opportunity, and EC Blue end up taking the series 3-1.
Honestly, I'm gutted if I'm EC Defiance. They have looked so good today. One of the best, if not the best, I've seen all season, and I think we've said this over the course of the season, just in general, of course how much they've improved, but just the results maybe not being in their favor. But this is a team to fear, and I think it's easy to get caught up in the tables, right? And like, oh, they won one series, or oh, they only had 4 points in the regular season, right? You would have no idea watching this team play. You would say, oh yeah, they got some definitely more game wins, right? They've got more series wins, right? Like, this team is so unbelievable, and I really hope they stick together for the next season, because I can just see the improvement. And if they keep going on the trajectory that they are, they're going to start taking more game wins, more series wins, and just freaking out a lot more teams.
Yeah, because honestly, I think this Consolation tourney was almost a little bit of like a breakout for this Defiance squad. I know we wanted to see more out of this series, but I think we got it anyway. I know it's showing in these small game wins for this Defiance squad right now that, they're starting to put on some physical pressure, making Steel Army uncomfortable, taking the game off of KC Cauldron, taking a series against Los Verdes, and then taking that game against their brethren in the blue. I don't know. I think we gotta start looking at that off-season tracker, start going, all right, how often are they in these calls? We have to send you to be an agent of sorts, like start have them like submitting their timesheets, how many hours they got going in.
I mean, hey, if it's anything like what they have been, and I'm assuming it'll be fairly similar. Yeah, they, like I said, these guys play the game all the time, and it's so lovely to see, like I said, as a neutral, and of course knowing these guys personally, like I just love to see the improvement that from them over the course of the season. And so of course, congrats to EC Blue. Of course, we don't want to take anything away from EC Blue. They played incredible. Of course, Christmas just doing his thing on the offensive end, but it was one of my keys to the game earlier, Debit, about EC Blue, of getting that supporting cast in Huskies and Funk, right? Allowing Christmas to do Christmas things. And I absolutely think they checked that box. I think Funk, obviously, in that game 4 got super key demos that led to goals, right? I think Huskies played really, really well on the defensive end for them, saving a lot of the shots, especially in that game 4 when EC Defiance were just pelting the net there towards the end, and it was always Huskies to turn it away. So really, really great series. Yeah, I wish we would see like just maybe even a best of 7, screw it, a best of 9 maybe. Like this game could have gone back and forth, and as a neutral, it's lovely.
Yeah, as you said it correct. As a neutral, this was the series that you wanted to watch. You desire more, but you still wanted to watch it regardless, because these two teams they put on the clinic. EC Blue, honestly mega impressed, because I saw the defense tighten up a lot more, even though I talked a lot about how defense was all over the place. That was just because Defiance was starting to get in the way a lot of things. They were doing a lot of cleanup work, getting a lot of saves on there, and Christmas. I don't think we have anything really left to say, because we got clips out of this dude coming into this series, clips out of this series from him. always attacking the ball, getting the assist there for Huskies and for Funk over here. I'm just waiting to see how this EC Blue squad potentially might shake up over that offseason as we move toward a season 9, because I mean we talked about that developmental pipeline for EC Blue. We don't know if anything will shake up that way. I'm kind of interested to see if Christmas ends up staying on the team, grabbing Huskies and Funk for another ride, or what do we got going on over here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Seattle, the Rocket League scene is great, and I think I'm gonna shout out Mr. Smashley for just kind of setting that sort of thing up. He's obviously got a big presence in the Seattle Rocket League scene, and getting these players together, and obviously, yeah, I hope they all stick together, because I think there's positives that you see from both teams, right? We've talked about EC Defiance plenty, and I think, yeah, you're right, for EC Blue, right? They've started to figure it out, and they of course definitely had to earn that win in game 4, and really just earn all of their wins in this series. Like, there were multiple times I said that they stole a game, right? And I think that's just credit to how EC Defiance have been playing. But yeah, we'll see how the offseason looks for both teams, as of course unfortunately this game was just for bragging, right? So of course EC Blue are gonna take that home, and I think we're gonna bring in an interview from who do we got for EC Defiance. I think we have Nose who might pop in here pretty quickly to talk about the series and maybe the season as a whole.
Yep, and here he is. We've got Nose Always Knows from Emerald City Defiance over here. After that 3-1 series, honestly, I don't know if you heard any of the stream at all, but we were mad impressed with how that was going, and we kind of wanted a 7-game series, not gonna lie. But how are you feeling after that series?
Yeah, it was a rare time that I didn't have the series up at simultaneously while playing and just messing around in the chat. So I don't know if the Wi-Fi was a little better or something, but it probably was our most competitive series so far. I mean, like, we were chatting afterwards. I know Bird had to run because he was late for like a Christmas party, but we were like stoked for the next season, because we just, like, it seems like every game we just keep getting better and better internally.
I mean, you can absolutely see it, and I think I'm number one fan, maybe for you guys, of just seeing that improvement over the course of the season. Are you able to, like, pinpoint maybe, like, what that improvement is? Is it a particular player? Is it just you guys being more consistent? Like, what about it that you've seen from the internal side that's led to this improvement?
Honestly, I think it's just like us playing together outside of SGL, like probably, let's say 3 times in a week or so at least. We'll spend a couple hours and we'll just rotate, like, the 4 of us, and it just, everybody plays with everybody, and we just try to get used to it, and slowly rank up from plat 3 to diamond 1 and hopefully beyond.
It's honestly just mad impressive seeing what you guys got going. Because I know Rydog was talking about, like, snooping before, seeing you guys, like, playing the game a ton. I mean, I think it's just a testament to seeing, like, what you guys do, like, season to season. I think this Consolation tourney, like, do you feel it as, like, a little emblematic, as, like, a coming out moment for you guys, just going, like, yep, this is Defiance. We ain't the same team as you're used to seeing at this point. Because honestly, I was still impressed even after our series we had against Steel Army. You guys were putting in the work toward that game 3, and it was actually making us question some things in there. So just want to get your feel on the Consolation round overall.
Yeah, I mean, in our minds, it's just like a extension of this season, really. And I mean, I know you look at the standings and everything where it's like, oh, okay, bottom of the table and whatnot, but, like, just reiterating that when we play together, like, it's such a noticeable change once we get, like, comfortable. And just a couple months ago to now, it's just like, oh wow, yeah, okay, we do know what to do on kickoffs, or a better understanding of it, or, like, when to take touches instead of just booting the ball and whatnot. And I mean, a lot of it's unspoken, but it's gotten better and better. And I mean, there's still a long way to go, obviously. None of us can quite flip reset and all that fun stuff yet, but we're getting better each day.
Yeah, I mean, we can see it, of course. Just you can maybe call those like daily, or the 3 times a week you guys play as like studying, and you can call like the SGL a test. Like you guys are passing the test. Maybe not results wise, but definitely the gameplay just looks a heck of a lot better. And I said it on stream that EC Blue had to absolutely earn those wins. There was no, they didn't just steamroll you. Like you guys absolutely played your hearts out, and like I said, I'm probably your number one fan, and I just love to see that. And Debit and I were talking on stream as well as is kind of the future for you guys. Like what, going into this off season, like what's the plans for ECD?
Yeah, I mean, right now we're fighting with Smashley because he's trying to take our team name away from us. But I mean, hopefully in the future, when we start adding more teams and more teams to the league and everything, we can add some more competition, and just really, play more towards our level, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We keep getting better, but it is tough sometimes. You go up against, goats like you guys, where it's just like, you're just scared, and then you hesitate, and in Rocket League you hesitate for half a second. It's like, okay, now you're going too slow, you're out of rotation, you're messed up, and oh, they scored.
It can really come at you fast, especially with some of the play that we've seen here in this league. I guess with this whole name change here that even Smashley is refusing, like, could you say it's a bit defiant? Yeah, I'm using that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just mostly poking fun at him because it's just getting us more in line with like what our name actually was supposed to be. but I told him we're keeping Defiance no matter what. Somebody else can be Emerald City ECS Green or ECS Platinum or whatever he wants to call it.
Whatever color we can come up with next.
Yeah, I feel bad. Every time I come on here, I slander Smashley inadvertently.
No, it's warranted. Oh, it's warranted. We love Smashley, but
just habit.
Yeah, it's just it is what it is. No, but for real though, who said it in chat? I want to say, somebody say it in chat. I guess Green Mario did. ECD forever. I mean, you guys earned that name, man. Don't change the name. You guys are when whoever, right? If the name change goes through or whatever,
yeah.
No matter what, EC Defiance will always be U4. I think that's just a given, right? So I don't know what that means in the grand scheme of things, but when somebody tells me, oh yeah, we're playing EC Defiance, I'm thinking of Nose, I'm thinking of Bird, I'm thinking of Green Mario, and I'm thinking of Parks. So
yeah, and I mean, obviously we were like the main four this year, but like, I mean, we were talking about it before, like everybody's played on different teams. I mean, Dervis was a big part of it last year. He stepped in as needed this year. So, but then, Craziness back in the day, RIP, Huskies, he was technically part of Defiance back when it was slightly different. So like, it's a nice jumping off point, but I like how we are now, and I think we should just build teams from here.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Just love seeing what you guys keep pulling off with this Defiance squad. Look forward to seeing you, more and more, keeping that development going over here. I think that's gonna do it for me. Rydog, you got anything else before we give the floor to Nose?
No, I just got one small thing, man. I love you guys. You guys are awesome people and awesome Rocket League players. So keep doing your thing, and of course, I think I speak for all SGL when I say that we're looking forward to how you guys keep progressing in the off season and come back even stronger next season. So yeah, I think we're all super excited for that. But yeah, Nose, floor is yours, my man. Shout it out.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I know end of the season for us and everything, but we're still gonna keep watching. So shout out SGL, shout out, all you guys for putting this on. Amazing how many hours you guys put into this thing just so that we can sit here and play games with each other and just screw around. But yeah, it's all a great time, and everybody in SGL's a good time. And even shout out Smashley, even though he can be a pain in the ass sometimes. But mostly, you three are the best. Maz, Debit, Rydog.
Love to hear that. Love to hear that. I won't even won't even bother with the question being demanded of us right now. So
Yeah,
we
don't
can
worry
leave it
about
at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all. I guess thank you for joining us, Nose. Appreciate you coming
Yeah,
to the
thank
booth.
you.
Yeah, love watching you play and look forward to seeing you next time.
All right. I'll see you guys plenty.
All right, good night, Nose.
Night Nose. I love those guys, man. I love Nose.
Dude.
I love all three of them. I'll say it 50,000 more times. Yeah, I just love how I know they obviously care about the results, but it just doesn't phase them. Like their mental is, hey, we're just playing games with the boys. You know, like it's just a good time. And obviously, I know we keep saying it, the results are going to come as they keep improving, and obviously that's really exciting to see. But like I said, ultimately, right, video games, Rocket League, this league is all about just having fun and meeting people in your supporters groups and playing, finding a common interest in Rocket League and playing the game. So I just love that about them.
Yeah, and they're another good example of just what we got going here with SGL. I mean, they showcase it very well, no matter like what the result is going. I think it's tough to say like at least like from our perspective, talking about like the results will come. I hate to say it, but it actually is true because even we were that team at one point. Going through like SGL one and whatnot, going up against like the big boys every week. And now like the results are starting to show like a little better for like a Steel Army squad that's like been here forever, including like the roster itself. So yeah, I actually will concur. As much as it's tough to say, the results will come. You guys are just getting better every day, and you don't realize it because we're just being stingy about it.
Oh yeah, and I think Nose said this in his interview about when you come up against kind of the quote unquote big dogs, right? You hesitate, right? And that is not not a great thing in Rocket League. But I think and this goes for all teams, not just EC Defiance, just like as you get more reps with those types of teams, you start to figure out things like, oh, I can do this, and that's gonna help my team out, or hey, I'm gonna do this. Like I can't beat Luis in the air; it's not gonna happen, but if I play this way, maybe I can, read this a little bit better or something like that, right? And so, like, they keep getting more and more of those reps over the course of the season. Of course, they're going to keep playing, as we mentioned, or as Nose mentioned, they're going to keep playing over the course of the off season. And as they keep improving, they're going to start to notice those things.
Yep, they're going to keep noticing these things as well as EC Blue. I don't think we're going to end up having an interview from EC Blue, the winning side, so I think that's going to do it for the interview side over here. Now we've exercised those interviews. Chat, we got to take a quick look over at the updated table. I know we had mentioned it before how most of these results aren't going to look, crazy in the grand scheme of things, given that the top two teams have already been decided out of these standings. But just to take a look at where Emerald City Blue and Defiance stand after their last match. Blue getting that critical 4 points, moving in the third with 9 to finish off. Defiance with 6, getting that victory in that series. That game win actually places them into 4th, locked in. So Los Verdes, everybody's set. There can be, well, not everybody's set. KC Cauldron can still move up, but all the teams that need to be set, they're set.
Yeah, absolutely, right. Steel Army and KC Cauldron, of course, debit for you and Steel Army. Congratulations on making it to the championship game. Those top 2 seeds are going to be in the championship game. Of course, like you said, yeah, KC Cauldron still could jump up to that 1 seed. And frankly, I'm not sure what that really does other than maybe what's that called, server preference.
Yeah, that's the difference here.
So that obviously can be important. And that match, KC Cauldron versus Los Verdes, is actually going to be happening later tonight. So everybody stay tuned. I think we'll probably take a break in between, but definitely be on your way back because that game will be played out tonight. But yeah, Debit, I guess looking high level, is this kind of the way you kind of expected the table to turn out, or what are your thoughts kind of looking down the 5?
I think honestly, whenever I was looking at this table before, I was looking at the initial seeds going, yeah, I think this should play out the way I think it should, like the way the initial seeds worked. The slight change, I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised to see that Defiance actually broke that sequence that might have played out in some people's heads going. They broke past the barrier. Initial seed was 5. They're at 4 now. taking that series win over Los Verdes, going that, yep, we're here now. Time to make our entrance into things and not give such a linear consolation tournament here to this end of Season 8.
All right, too, and I agree for the most part, right? You obviously have that flip, but obviously the other 3 seeds, of course, EC Blue locked in that 3rd seed, so they'll stay where they are, and of course the KC Cauldron Los Verdes series tonight could have some implications on, obviously you and KC flipping there too, but maybe a little bit less chaos as far as this tournament is concerned than with our SGL playoffs as well. But yeah, like obviously for the teams who have finished their seasons in EC Blue and EC Defiance, like congratulations on a great season, and obviously an absolute cinema performance tonight as well. And I would say the same thing for you, Debit, but we will be seeing you again in that Consolation final against KC a little bit later. So yeah, we will look forward to that when that comes around.
Yeah, hopefully we can get everything scheduled for grand finals, even to the point where we may see both these matchups on the same day. That'd be an exciting thing to see.
That would
So
be a
maybe
cinema.
maybe we get some commentators going back and forth over here. Maybe it'll just be a whole party that day. Who knows? We're trying to schedule this thing, make this a fun evening or even day, depending on what happens with this scheduling over here.
Well,
You know that-
Smashley said pizza party, right? If ECD won, can we get a pizza party? Like, what's the deal with that?
Yeah, we
get
work
one?
in the business world. That's our raise, right?
Yeah, we don't
Pizza
get yearly
party?
raises. We just get like slightly better pizza every time. It's like frozen pizza the first year, and then it's like kind of really bad takeout pizza. And now we're like, decent, or we're like Domino's level pizza, and then we'll get to like the fancy pizza probably next year, hopefully. But I don't know. A lot about pizza.
Yeah, maybe we'll keep advancing. Maybe we can send an invoice Smashley's way and see if it actually ends up getting paid or
There we
not.
go. There we go. There we go.
But yeah, trying to schedule that all out. Ride Dog, you buying pizza? Oh, yeah.
I'm not buying anything. What's he saying? No,
This was Christmas. This is a new face.
Smashley's buying pizza, man, not me. Smashley's buying pizza. Yeah, Christmas, you could have many slices as you want. You could have a whole pizza, as far as Smashley's concerned. So
Yeah, exactly. We ain't paying for it. That's his fault. That's his job.
I don't know.
But all things considered, we're trying to make this grand finals between both these sets of competitions. Trying to go in back to back. We'll see how the scheduling goes. But for everything that just happened tonight and that will happen, we'll see you back in a little bit for KC Cauldron versus Los Verdes. I am going to be signing off over here. Rydog, anything else before we take off?
No, yeah, like I said, what an absolute cinema series tonight. We've got one more for you, so tune back in a little bit later tonight. And of course, congratulations to both teams on finishing their season strong. Yeah, we will see you guys later tonight. So in the wise words of Subi, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.